During the last public hearing in the U.S. Congress, Senator Burlison revealed an absolutely stunning video. In it, you can see a military drone filming a spherical UFO, an orb that literally defies the laws of physics. But that's not all. A Hellfire missile is fired, and then, incredibly, the missile bounces off the object. And as if that wasn't enough, the UFO appears to release several small, perfectly autonomous luminous objects at the moment of impact. Hello everyone and welcome to the UFO Section 51 channel. I'm Dose Geek, and you're watching your favorite channel for ufology and the paranormal. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into a case that's been shaking up the web for the past few days. Indeed, last Tuesday, during the public hearing at the U.S. Congress, a rather surprising video was revealed by Senator Eric Burlison. A video filmed by a military drone showing an orb-type UFO, and above all, a Hellfire missile being fired at it right in the middle of the ocean, off the coast of Yemen in 2024. And that's where the unimaginable begins. The missile appears to bounce off the UFO. Yes, you heard that right. It bounces off this object as if it were untouchable.
I want to cue up a video that I've been given. And as before it starts, I'm going to describe. This was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. That you cannot see that drone, and so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does. This is when it zoomed out, so you can still see it traveling. So, Mr. Knapp, have you heard about events like this occurring? And what information might you have?
And that's not all. At the moment of impact, the UFO seems to emit several small luminous objects that continue to follow it as if nothing happened. You can see it right now in the image. At the moment of impact, you can see these small glowing dots that seem to be ejected from the UFO and remain behind it as it flies. They follow it at a constant speed, as if they were moving on their own or as if they were being remotely controlled or intelligently guided. Whereas if they were real debris from an explosion or an impact, they would be thrown literally in all directions and would fall back into the ocean. So what did we really see in this video? Is it an illusion, an unknown technology, or something much more unsettling? Should we interpret it as a message sent to humanity? Like, your weapons are completely useless against us. Stay with me until the end of this video, because we're going to try to explore all the theories, and as usual, you'll see it raises a lot more questions than it answers. But at this point, I think when it comes to ufology, if you've been following this channel for a while, I'm not telling you anything new. Let's get back to the facts. The scene takes place in October 2024, off the coast of Yemen, according to the information that was made public. An American Reaper drone is monitoring a conflict zone. In the crosshairs, there's a glowing spherical object moving with incredible ease. It changes direction in a split second, as if defying the laws of physics. So, a Hellfire missile is launched, and normally, this kind of highly effective missile destroys an armored vehicle without any problem.
The AGM-114R9X Hellfire missile. This missile is fast, carries no explosives, and makes almost no damage to anything other than the target. Hellfire stands for heliborne, laser, fire and forget. It weighs around 108 pounds, it's 64 inches in length, 7 inches in diameter, and has a wingspan of 13 inches. This missile has 5 main sections. Seeker section in the front, followed by autopilot and warhead section, guidance section, propulsion section, and the control section. Now let's take a look at the top secret version of the Hellfire missile. This is the AGM-114R9X missile. also known as the Ninja missile, aka the Flying Ginsu. It carries no explosives. Instead, it carries 6 long blades to slice down the target.
But here, against the UFO, nothing happens. The explosion even seems to be absorbed or deflected, and the sphere keeps moving along without any problem. But the killer detail is that at the moment of impact, you can make out 3 or 4 small lights escaping from the orb. And these lights, far from disappearing, seem to have a life of their own. They keep following the trajectory of the main object as if they were connected to it in some way.
Do you believe UAPs pose a potential threat to our national security?
Yes. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had.
Do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years. Biologics came with some of these recoveries.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And since then, everyone has been wondering what exactly we just saw in that video. Several theories are circulating, trying to explain this incredible video. First hypothesis, advanced human technology. Some people think it could be an enemy drone designed to withstand conventional weapons. But then, who on Earth could possibly have technology capable of deflecting a Hellfire missile? Neither Russia nor China has ever shown anything like this. Second hypothesis, just an optical illusion. What if all of this was just a matter of perspective? Maybe the missile exploded farther away than expected, making it look like it hit the sphere without any effect. The small blowing objects? Maybe they're just fragments or reflections. That's the explanation favored by the most skeptical. But many experts say the video is too clear to be explained by just that. I pretty much agree that this version doesn't hold up at all. You can clearly see right after the impact that the missile keeps going and even changes its trajectory a bit beyond the UFO. Third hypothesis, active protection. What if this object had a defense system, like an electromagnetic field or some unknown material capable of absorbing a missile's energy? That kind of technology is way beyond anything we know. Some even claim that could explain the lack of damage. Fourth hypothesis, the mysterious escape pods. You know, those famous survival modules. The small glowing objects we see being ejected from the UFO could actually be autonomous modules or survival pods deliberately released at the moment of impact. But then, what could their mission be? To collect data? To protect the main object? Or even to evaluate something or someone? Their behavior is intriguing. They seem to maintain a coordinated, almost intelligent trajectory and stay in the air for quite a while. This suggests that they aren't just debris from the impact, but rather drones or independent modules equipped with some form of intelligence. And of course, the fifth hypothesis, a non-human origin. For ufologists, this video is further proof that we're dealing with technology that doesn't belong to us, craft capable of defying physics, withstanding the most advanced weapons, and splitting into multiple units. It doesn't look like anything we know. To conclude, what we see in this video, even if we can't really understand it, could very well be a mix of several of these hypotheses. But beyond all these theories, there's an even more unsettling question. Why shoot at this object? If it really was an unknown phenomenon, why is the first reaction to launch a missile? Out of fear, to test their defenses, or because the military considers it a direct threat? Or maybe because it was a revolutionary and secret drone prototype belonging to the US military, used for live-fire exercises? Did the object later have some kind of reaction that we don't necessarily see in the video? What would also be interesting to know is, did the object later have some kind of reaction that we don't necessarily see in the video? For example, making a sudden turn to head toward US Navy ships or the famous drone that was filming it. If our most powerful weapons are useless against this kind of technology, what does that mean for our own security? And another question, who really controls the sky? Are we really the masters of the sky on our own planet? And especially those little luminous objects that are very real? Where did they go next? Did they keep following the UFO, or did they split up? Did they join up with another craft? Did they disappear into the atmosphere or dive into the ocean? Remember, there's also the theory that there are UFOs operating underwater, at the bottom of the oceans, the famous USOs, unidentified submersible objects. The idea that this orb could have sacrificed or detached parts of itself without really affecting its integrity, you can see its overall shape was barely impacted, opens up a dizzying line of thought. Are we dealing with a machine, a biological entity, or something that completely escapes those categories? Are we even capable of understanding, with our own frame of reference and our own tools, what's actually happening in that image at that moment? And finally, the big question, why was this video shown publicly in Congress? Is this the beginning of a gradual disclosure, or just another smokescreen? Yet another doctored video to send us down the wrong path. Honestly, I don't really buy the smokescreen theory, because during the public hearing you can see David Grush, who was not far behind Senator Burlison. I think Grush must have validated the authenticity of this video before deciding to release it publicly. Yet, in reality, when it comes to the information provided, there are still doubts about this famous video. Is the recording authentic, without any alterations? The Pentagon, the AARO office, or other agencies haven't really officially confirmed this video in all its details. For example, regarding the exact location or even the origin of the object. But anyway, we now know, by definition, just how reliable the information coming from AARO is, whose unofficial mission seems to be regularly burying the most sensitive cases and classifying everything as weather balloon sightings. What's crazy is that despite all the statements made at the highest levels, we still don't really know if the object represents a danger, a natural phenomenon, or even some kind of advanced human technology. One thing is certain, this video will go down in the history of ufology. Why? Because it has the merit of having been shown live in front of American lawmakers and discussed publicly. But in the end, are we any further along? We have footage, but no official explanation. And maybe that's the biggest mystery of all, this silence. So, let me ask you, what did you see in this video? Just a visual glitch, an ultra-secret human weapon, or a close encounter with something out of this world? And what could those mysterious elements be that broke off from the object at the moment of impact? Let me know in the comments. I'll read your theories carefully. And if you want us to keep breaking down the most mysterious UFO cases together, now's the time to like, share as much as you can, and subscribe to the channel to support UFO Section 51 and my work creating all these videos. So, spread all this information around you, because the truth might be closer than we think. This was Dose Geek on UFO Section 51. Thank you for staying until the end of this video. I hope you found it interesting. We'll see each other very soon in another video on the UFO Section 51 channel. Until then, take care of yourselves. Sending you big hugs. Keep your eyes on the sky. Stay alert, always ready to whip out your smartphone in case you need to film a supernatural event in the sky. Longue vie et prospérité.